Hi guys, welcome to Unit 3. I want to give you a heads up about a few things. This unit covers body systems, and we're going to start with the super small right here, and we're going to build our way up, talking about levels of organization here, and then we're going to go over a few systems. So you'll see here. Most important about this particular unit is the fact that we're continuing with that idea of systems, how they work, and how multiple systems work together. We touched on that during ecology, learning about how ecosystems work together and how the different pieces of that ecosystem, plants, animals, abiotic factors, how they all work together to stay alive or stay balanced. Same thing, except we're using the human body as a model. So your first lessons are on biomolecules this week. It will start on Monday, and you'll do some exploration and you will clarify what you understand about the 4 types of biomolecules. And then you'll wrap up the week with some exploration on the levels of organization, going from small to macro. And then the next week after that, the 7th and 8th, you'll explore the circulatory system and the respiratory system, and what are the parts, what do they do, how they work together. You'll wrap up that week with a model assessment where you'll create a model that shows the circulatory system, the respiratory system working together. And you know how we love our model creation in this class. We're really working those creative thinking skills here. So the week after that, the last week of the semester, the last week of December is part of the semester anyway. We're looking into the nervous system, my favorite, and the integumentary, and how they work, what are their parts. And then you'll wrap up that week with another model assessment. And you'll show us that you know what the nervous system is all about, what the integument is all about, and how they really work together. All right, so that's Unit 3. The purpose of this unit is to engage each and every one of you in exploring how each body system works with the others. So that means, how does the nervous system, how does the muscular work, and how does the digestive system, cardio, and all of the others, how do they most importantly work together? Okay, so that being said, in this unit, you will be doing 3 essential things. You will be exploring. So you'll be watching videos, reading things, thinking about things, stretching your understanding with some simple questions. And all that you've been provided are age and level appropriate for what we're doing. You're welcome to research and read on your own, but for this particular class, what we give you is what you need. You will also apply. So you're gonna explore, then you're gonna apply what you learned from your exploration. This is my favorite part, really seeing you guys pull that knowledge together and be creative in showing how things work. That's my favorite part of content delivery, of teaching, is seeing those wheels just moving in your head, putting the pieces together. And the last and also important piece of what you're doing this unit is assessment. You're going to assess. And how we do that is we are going to use the models that you create to explain what is happening and how things work together. So if this seems like a lot to you, right? If this seems like a lot, I want you to really pay attention to this right here, okay? I'm available in a lot of ways, okay? All of the Bio9 teachers are very available to help you. We have this career, we have this job because we love to help people. And I know that life is hard right now. Some of us are face-to-face, some of us are virtual, and it might feel like it's difficult to connect. But I just really want to reinforce to you that we are here to help you, okay? You do have to take that new high school skill of reaching out and asking that question and taking initiative. But once you do that and you let us know that you have a question, boom, we are there to help you and support you. So once again, we are here to help you. And here are some of the many, many ways that we can support you. We can help you through email. Remember that when you write an email to me, it is always appreciated in any setting that it is polite, appropriate, and professional. But since we have had quite a few assignments, and I want to help you in the most effective way I can, please use the date of the assignment when you are asking your question. Don't say, hey, you know that thing with that model? We've done like 10 models now. I don't know what you're talking about. You got to be more specific. Use the date of the assignment, and that's the easiest way for us to communicate. Then I can look it up like that, and we can get things taken care of. I'm usually pretty quick about answering email unless something's going on, like I'm away from my phone or I'm away from my computer, or I'm at home chasing one of my kids or something. But I am usually pretty quick about responding to it if you've got a question. Let's see. The number one best way to get your questions answered if you are not in class is video conferencing. Because, when you go home, or if you are fully virtual, you're sitting there looking at this thing. You don't have me to answer your questions or add explanation or add another layer to it or reassure you that, yeah, it's okay. That idea for that project is awesome. Go for it. Get on this MS Teams app right away as soon as possible. Okay, this is the link. This is MS Teams. Okay, I cannot stress enough just how helpful this is. Okay, kids talk to me all the time about how hard things are and how things take forever. And when I ask them questions and try to get down to the heart of the matter, ultimately what makes them take the longest amount of time is they have one simple question, one thing that bugs them, and they don't know how to answer it, but they also don't want to ask the question, which is crazy. Ask the question. Email me. If you want to get it done, get on video conferencing, and usually a question that you will be sitting in your house for 6 hours trying to figure out, I can fix in like 3 minutes. And then you can go on, finish the assignment, and go on with your day. It's that simple. Okay, guys? I don't know what is stopping you from using this tool, but it is an incredible tool, okay? I leave this app open whenever I'm at work, and I'm teaching and I'm answering questions, but I keep it open and I keep an eye on it. So you just hop on there, message me, I'll turn the camera on, I'll talk to you, I'll answer your questions. It's really, really easy, okay? And if you are interested in streamlining your work in biology, I strongly suggest you get used to video conferencing, especially during this pandemic. This is your absolute best resource. I could go on for hours how awesome it is, and how much it has helped the students who actually use it. So, guys, start using it. One other reason why it's good, you know what, if you are a procrastinator, if you get easily distracted, and trust me, I understand. I'm super easily distracted. Like I struggle focusing all the time. I feel ya, all right? If you need someone to be there and say, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do this. I can do that. You can be like, hey, Mrs. A, I'm going to get on this video conference thing at 10 a.m. and I want to work on this with you. I'll be like, hey, all right, cool. I can do that. I can do that and I can do the class at the same time. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. I'm here to help you. You've got to understand that. Okay? So if you need an accountability partner, if you need someone to schedule time with you and work through work with you, okay, do it. Makes life easier. You get it done. You get it out of the way. You can move on and do whatever else you want to do with your day. All right. So new thing. This is Remind. I'm sure you've heard about it. I am actually pretty sure you've got this. Some of you have this in another class, but it's pretty cool. It's a way of being able to communicate and text or message in a school-approved and appropriate way. Students, teachers, parents, and admin, just all being aware of the conversation. And it's just another way. Like if you are tired of using your computer and you're like, guys, I just want to use my phone. That's your thing. All right, go for it. Sign up. Here's how you sign up. All right. And the last two ways to, not last two, gosh, well, the last two I'm talking about, I'm sure there's a whole host of other ways to get help with biology. This is my voicemail line, my phone number to my classroom. And if you actually do leave a voicemail, and I will tell you that literally one person has this year, only one person. It is not used very often, and it is not as effective because honestly, sometimes it just doesn't work. If you do, you leave your name, your number, and clearly state it. I struggle hearing sometimes, so please just enunciate your words so I can actually call you back. But I will reiterate once again, not effective, not as effective as email, video conference, Remind, okay? And as always, if you are an in-class student and you are sitting right there and I am right there, don't waste your time, all right? You got a question? Ask it right away. You have got to ask your question, okay? This is a life skill, guys. If you're sitting here and you got a question and you got a struggle and you've got somebody here who's willing to help you, ask your question. Life skill, use the resources available to you. Self-advocate, okay? This is a situation, this pandemic, we're put in that we have to reach out to our resources. I am one of your resources, and I expect you to, as soon as you've got a question, ask me. Don't sit there for an hour. Don't sit there for 10 minutes acting like you're okay and you're wondering how to do this assignment. Just ask your question. I am here to help you. That is my job. That is my passion in life, to help people. So do it, all right? Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoy this unit. I know it's my favorite. So, all right. Talk to you soon.